Well, the University of South Carolina has officially renamed its College of Arts and Sciences to honor esteemed donors who are very well known to the university community.
We are joined today by Joel Samuels, who is the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure to be back.
All right, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Joel, I was reading about this earlier, and it talked about launching a new beginning for the university's oldest and largest college. Why is this gift so transformational?
Well, transformational is the word for this gift.
Yeah.
This gift is a $75 million gift by Bonnie and Peter McCausland and the McCausland Foundation. Peter's a graduate of the class of 1971. So obviously the first answer is $75 million. I mean, that's a huge number in public education. It's one of the largest gifts to a College of Arts and Sciences at a public flagship university in history.
Wow.
Wow, unbelievable. And so when you talk about a donation like that, what will that do? I imagine that it truly will have a long-lasting and big impact on the school.
Yeah, this will have generational impact, not just for the university, but actually for the entire state of South Carolina, because we are not just the University of South Carolina, we're the University for South Carolina. And this gift has three primary areas of focus. It's going to support our students, it's going to support our faculty, who are what make us unique as an institution, and it's going to support brain health. Three evergreen issues that will be fundamental to who we are, not just in 20 and 50 years, but 150 and 300 years from now, when this gift is still creating impact.
And there's a unique aspect to this gift in terms of how it will be used, where this money will be invested.
Yeah, another big piece of this is at that number, you very rarely see a gift where 100% of it is programmatic. 100% of it is going to support students, faculty, brain health. Usually there's some bricks and mortar, some buildings, some this is, some that's. This is all programming. So this is really a commitment by Bonnie and Peter to the programming that makes USC a unique place. It honors the legacy that he had here.
That's impressive.
Yeah, you mentioned brain health in particular. We know that the university has just a fantastic program when it comes to looking into neurology and the mind. How will this particular gift continue to evolve that program in particular, because there's really so little that we know about that, but I imagine that this is just going to be an incredible a boost to that program.
You're exactly right. I mean, so this is a university-wide initiative and focus, and we have a rural brain health network that's been created across the university, but it all started with a gift that Peter and Bonnie gave a decade ago or more, where they supported created the McCausland Brain Imaging Center. And now this gift will expand on that legacy by supporting specifically neuroscience in the College of Arts and Sciences. It's our newest and fastest growing major, started 3 years ago, already 425 majors at the university in neuroscience. So it'll support that. It will support faculty and student, undergraduate and graduate student research specifically in neuroscience that you were talking about.
And we're looking at some video from the ceremony today, obviously very well attended, because this is such exciting news for the university. I mean, Joel, obviously the University of South Carolina is a standout in so many areas nationally on the landscape for higher education, but how will this help set the university apart in terms of top-tier career development programs?
Well, that's one of the key focus points for us. When this gift is complete, we will have one of the top public programs for student support of student internships in any College of Arts and Sciences.
Wow.
Number one in the SEC, but one of the top nationally of any public, and top right up there with the elite private universities. We'll be providing up to 150 paid summer stipends for students who have otherwise unpaid internships. This allows students to explore different career pathways while they're still in school, get funded so that they can support living while they're there, and then we'll create career readiness programs. It's really just going to grow our student impact and prepare them to be part of the workforce, but with that core arts and sciences, liberal arts grounding.
Yeah. And you know, Joel, even on a personal level, when you receive a donation like this, $75 million, you first found out about this, what was your reaction? I
was on a phone call with Peter McCausland on the day after Thanksgiving, and we were talking about what we'd already done with the gifts he'd given to that point, which was about $15 million. And when he said, you know, I'd like to give $60 million more to name the college.
Wow.
I was floored. It wasn't even, it came out of the blue. We were having a conversation. We'd been talking for 5 years since I first became dean, but we'd been just talking about his passions and Bonnie's passions and how we could support those. He's focused on excellence, so are we. He's focused on impact, so are we. And we've been talking about those things. So then to have Peter invest in that way in everything we do, and today as he spoke, and it was a very emotional speech that he gave, it really spoke to the impact that our faculty had. He and I were talking yesterday. He was a history major, and he had an extraordinary experience at USC. He remembered his faculty. That's why that is such an essential part of this gift. But we were talking, he said, yeah, I also studied German. Bonnie, his wife of 52 years, didn't even know that, right?
Wow.
And so we're chit-chatting about the German, and he said, yeah, I had this one professor, it was back in the early 70s, and I said, I think you're referring to Dr. Holst, who was a faculty member of ours who just passed away in February at the age of 97.
Joel.
And I showed him the picture, and he said, that was him. That
you're
was the
giving me
guy who
goosebumps.
made the impact. Can you imagine?
That's incredible.
Amazing.
What a testament to education, the impact of educators. And we can't let you go without also acknowledging the timing of this really comes at a really important time, just in our country and in the university's history.
You're exactly right. And one thing about this gift, the core message to me of this gift, is that at a time when the liberal arts and sciences are under attack in many corners, Peter and Bonnie have doubled down, have expressed the importance of a core liberal arts and sciences education. Peter created a business, Airgas, that he eventually sold for $10 billion without ever taking a single business class. He did it on the strength of an arts and sciences education, classes in chemistry, history, English, and the skills that provided him. So it's a real reminder, as people are thinking, well, why college? What's the return on investment? Here's one of the most successful businessmen, one of the most successful graduates in our university's history, doubling down and saying, that's what matters. Understanding, critical thinking, communication, written and oral. It couldn't be more timely. I've heard already from so many of the faculty and staff across our college, we have over 1,200 employees just in the College of Arts and Sciences saying, thank you, Peter and Bonnie, for validating what we do every day.
I love that. What a remarkable testimony to the value of education and to inspire future people, who are just love education and want to have a great impact on the world and on the university. Joel, always a pleasure to have you in.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, plenty more news coming up after the break.